Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because the NFL landscape is buzzing, and the Bears are right in the middle of it. If you've been paying attention to what's going on around the league lately, especially in the AFC, you've probably caught wind of some serious rumors that could have a huge ripple effect in the NFC North. And no, I'm not talking about just another quiet offseason move. This could be a game changer, a strategic shakeup that might redefine how the Bears approach their roster building in the coming years. So what's the big news? Well, it's all about Trent McDuffie, the talented cornerback from the Kansas City Chiefs, who's reportedly on the trading block. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Why would the Chiefs want to trade such a promising player? That's a fair question, and the reasons are tied to some pressing needs and cap considerations on their side. But more importantly, it opens up a golden opportunity for the Bears, who are always looking to improve their secondary and build a defense that can truly compete at the highest level. First, let's talk about the Chiefs and why they're considering parting ways with McDuffie. Kansas City, sitting at 9-4, has been a powerhouse this season, but their secondary has been a bit more vulnerable than usual, allowing around 24 points per game in 2025. That's not terrible, but it's enough to make them cautious as they look ahead. The team is also facing some injury issues along their defensive line, with players like Harmon having suffered multiple concussions, which complicates their depth and rotation. Plus, with a cap space of roughly $15 million, the Chiefs might be looking to free up some room to bolster their trenches or add some veteran help in other areas. Now, the trade rumors suggest that Kansas City is open to moving McDuffie for draft picks and an offensive tackle, an intriguing proposition, especially considering the fact that the Chiefs are eyeing a rebuild of their interior line. Rumors indicate they could be looking for a significant upgrade in their pass rush and run stuffing capabilities, which makes sense given their Super Bowl aspirations. McDuffie, who's just 25 years old, is valued at around $24 million on their salary cap, and trading him could help them retool quickly without sacrificing future draft capital too much. But that's where it gets even more interesting for the Bears. The potential acquisition of Trent McDuffie would be a huge boost to Chicago's secondary, which has been solid but still needs that extra star power to take it to the next level. McDuffie is a versatile CB, capable of playing both man and zone coverage with elite precision. He's not just a good corner, he's a game changer. His stats in 2025 are impressive: 60 solo tackles, 5 interceptions, 14 pass defenses, and a PFF overall grade of 92, which ranks him among the top cornerbacks in the league. His coverage grade is even more eye-popping at 91. 8, putting him in the second position among all CBs, and he's allowing just 39% completion rate when targeted, which is in the top 5 for the NFL. That kind of shutdown ability could be exactly what the Bears need to lock down their opponents, top receivers, and reduce explosive plays. And let's not forget his career stats: 190 tackles, 14 interceptions, and an EPA per target of -0.24, which is considered elite. That means he's not just good at covering. He's impactful in terms of preventing big plays and creating turnovers. His physical profile, standing 5'11" and weighing 193 pounds, makes him a compact but physical presence on the field. He's been compared to Jair Alexander, but with even better ball skills, especially when it comes to breaking up passes. In fact, he's averaging around 4.6 tackles per game, with 3 forced fumbles and allowing just 3 yards per attempt when targeted. Plus, he had a standout Week 10 game with 2 interceptions against the Denver Broncos, highlighting his playmaking ability. Now, let's dive into the strategic reasons why the Chiefs might be making this move. Kansas City is sitting on about $15 million in cap space and is likely eyeing a rebuild of their interior defensive line and overall depth, especially after some injury setbacks. The team's odds of winning the Super Bowl are still strong, with +700, but they're aware that to sustain their dominance, they need to address their secondary and front line. Moving McDuffie at this point would free up cap space and help them focus on strengthening their trenches, especially since their secondary depth is a bit thin, according to some reports from insiders like Rossini. They're probably considering this move as part of a broader strategy to stay competitive, even if it means parting with a young and talented corner like McDuffie. For the Bears, this potential trade is huge. Currently sitting at a 9-4 record and ranked 13th in the NFL in pass defense according to PFF with a grade of 73-0, Chicago's secondary has been decent, but could really benefit from a player of McDuffie's caliber. Adding him would allow the Bears to establish a lockdown corner opposite their current starters and reduce the number of points they give up per game. The defense, which already has a solid pass rush with 36 sacks this season, could see a significant boost with McDuffie's ability to cover top receivers and create turnovers. His addition could translate into a 20% increase in pass defense grades, and his presence would make it even harder for opposing quarterbacks to pick apart the secondary. Imagine the impact. McDuffie's elite man coverage, combined with the Bears' aggressive pass rush, could lead to a dramatic reduction in big plays allowed. Instead of giving up 11 plays of 20-plus yards per year, the Bears could cut that number down to around 6 or fewer, drastically improving their chances of winning close games. His ability to shut down top receivers in key moments would make the Bears' secondary not just good but elite, a true shutdown unit capable of carrying the team in critical moments. It's a move that aligns perfectly with Chicago's overall goal of building a defense that can carry the team deep into the playoffs and perhaps beyond. And speaking of the playoffs, the Super Bowl odds are already shifting. With McDuffie on board, the Bears could see their chances of winning it all jump from plus 1,200 to anywhere around plus 700. His coverage skills, especially in high-pressure situations like the playoffs, would be a massive X-factor. His PFF grade of 91, 8 in the postseason would make him one of the most reliable cover men in big moments. Some NFL analysts even believe that with McDuffie's addition, the Bears could see a plus 22% increase in their chances of winning games, thanks to the stability and elite coverage he brings. Looking ahead, this trade could signify a shift in the NFC North landscape. The Bears, long considered the rebuilding team, are now positioning themselves as serious contenders. By adding a player like McDuffie, they're sending a message that they're not just trying to compete, they're trying to dominate. The secondary becomes a true strength, and with their improving pass rush, they're setting themselves up for a sustained period of success. Meanwhile, the Chiefs, in a transition phase themselves, are making moves to stay competitive, but their focus on their trenches indicates they're prioritizing long-term stability over short-term gains. So, what does this mean for Bears fans? Well, it's exciting. It's a clear sign that the team is making strategic moves to elevate their roster, targeting young, elite talent who can make an immediate impact. McDuffie's addition could be the final piece that transforms this defense from good to great, giving the Bears a real shot at making noise in the playoffs, and perhaps even contending for the Super Bowl in the next couple of seasons. It's a move that fans should be watching closely, because it could be the start of a new era, one where the Bears are no longer just trying to rebuild, but are positioning themselves as legitimate contenders. Of course, nothing is certain in the NFL until it's done, but the signs are pointing towards a very promising future. The Bears' front office is clearly focused on building a defense that can match their offensive growth, and adding a player like McDuffie would be a huge step in that direction. Imagine a secondary featuring him, along with the other young talents already developing. This could become one of the league's toughest units. It's a thrilling time to be a Bears fan, and while we wait for official confirmation, the excitement is already building. In the end, whether this trade happens or not, what's clear is that the Bears are operating with a clear vision, getting better, smarter, and more aggressive. The NFL is a league of moves, and Chicago is making theirs with purpose. So stay tuned, because the offseason just got a lot more interesting and the future is looking bright for the monsters of the Midway. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news.